Kate and I didn't meet for about 6 years. We had lots of experiences where our paths crossed, but we didn't actually connect. We went to the same university, we were in the same faculty at the same time, and somehow we didn't meet there. And then we were girlfriends of boyfriends who were really good friends, and we sort of met then. We really met when I moved to London and Kate moved to Sydney, and we started corresponding via this newfangled thing called email. And we really bonded because we were both two people in strange places, and we really did connect at that time. And when I came back from London, Kate was still living in Sydney. She was in a place in Cremorne where Sam and Kate met, with a big double bed. And then she moved into the firehouse with the fire pole, and we had a hilarious time in Sydney together, and really, really connected and became amazing friends. What I would like to say about Kate is that she is one of the most honest people I've ever known in my life. She is somebody you can just look at and she'll tell you the truth without even speaking, and I really appreciate that about her. I really appreciate the fact that, and I'm sure you all feel the same way, that you can be yourself with Kate. It doesn't matter if you're upset, and I think this touches on what you said, or if you're happy or delirious or whatever. Kate's always there and an amazing friend, and I really appreciate that for you. And I think Kate's come to visit me lots of times where I live now, and she got on a detour, or she got distracted on the way, and she went to Tamworth, and that's where she became obsessed with country music, and she became it was already there, okay. She became a big fan of the Remains, which is a local country band in the Northern Rivers, and maybe there's a bit of that tonight. But we love having Kate come up, and she must come and visit more, because Steve's built her a whole veranda and a daybed where she can come and sleep and read and just be Kate. It's wonderful. Happy birthday, darling.
Thanks, guys. Just a few pertinent points I came up with when I was investigating Kate's earlier years. Kate had a white cat once, her first pet. It's called Snowball. Interestingly, it had one blue eye and one green eye, which her mother thought was a most appropriate choice. Funny, the theme of dancing seems to be a constant with Kate as well. She did jazz ballet and was very keen on that when she was growing up. And I don't know whether jazz ballet sort of puts certain pictures in your mind. It certainly does with me. In terms of the meeting in bed, I actually didn't meet Kate in bed, but I can honestly say that's where I got to know Kate. Our next speaker is called Rog, also known as Splodge or Dodge, I understand. So, Rog, would you mind coming up and saying a few words? Thanks.
Hi. Well, I've suffered over this speech enough, Kate. I think it's your turn now. Give me a sec. Well, I think I know most of you already, but just to give you a bit of background, Kate and I... Louder? Kate and I met when, I think it was 1990, back at RMIT, when we both worked at, well not worked, but volunteered, I guess, at RMIT radio station, and... Well, we hung out, yeah. But she was giving directions to a friend of hers, and I was peering over her shoulder for some reason, and noticed that the map that she was drawing was also included my house on it. And I thought, oh my God. So we had a chat about this and a bit of a laugh, and how we had lived next door to each other for so long, but hadn't actually seen each other on the street or anything like that. And I guess after that point, we did tend to run into each other quite a bit, and saw each other at uni and on the station and on the street and so forth, and we became very good friends, and something which eventually was cemented in a strange mix of chocolate crackles and whiskey as we were watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory one night, and I think Jason, who just laughed, I recognised that, was also there that night. And after which we virtually became inseparable in the 90s. And some of you may not know this, but we had an agreement at one point to get married. I'm not sure how that actually came to be. I suspect sort of whiskey and chocolate crackers again. Basically, the details were that if we were single in 2005, then bugger it, we'll marry each other. And girls got to have a backup plan, I suppose. Plan B, that was me. Now, the observant in the audience will notice that not only is it past 2005, but we are also not married. So something must have happened. The short story is that I was dumped unceremoniously in a Johnson Street tapas bar. I'll spare you the details. I didn't see it coming, as many before me didn't see it coming either. But it does bring me to the subject of tonight's little chat, which it's a completely rip-off David Letterman. In my right hand, tonight's top 10, Ways to Dump a Man by Kate Edwards. Now, I believe this is a G-rated event, so I've only got 8. Number 8. Now, this first fellow more or less dumped himself when he announced, "I think I'm completely out of my league." Number 7, I think Kate's love of the Muppets reached its limit when number 7 was ditched for being too hairy. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 6, dropped when it was established that Kate did not have daddy issues and she only needed one person in her life, her father's age. Number 5, now we know Kate is not a superficial person, but number 5 was giving his marching orders when he was told, "I don't really want to wake up next to your acne, I'm afraid." Number 4, best probably described with a quote from Kate. "He'll drive from the other side of town and by the time he gets here he's drenched. I can't even give him a hug, he's so sweaty." I'm not exactly sure of the exact reason, but sort of close observation, I think that's the universal symbol, is it? That wasn't me, ladies. Number 2, always remind me of Tom Cruise, as he was dismissed for being far too mainstream. And finally, from personal experience, and I can't bring myself to say it myself, so Kate, come up here, will you? I want to hear it again.
Okay. That's it, the wedding is off, you just stole the last piece of salt and pepper squid.